Laudetur Jesus Christus. Praised be Jesus Christ. Welcome to this live broadcast of Pope Leo XIV's encounter with the Parliament of Spain. The Holy Father is on his third day of his apostolic journey to Spain. My name is Devin Watkins, and I'll be providing the commentary and translation for this papal event. From wherever you are joining us, I'd like to welcome you to this live event. Some of you may be joining us through various Vatican media channels, perhaps the Vatican News app, the Vatican News web portal, or Vatican News English YouTube channel, or our Facebook Live feed. We hear the Vatican anthem being played here in front of the Parliament where Pope Leo has just arrived. And the Holy Father is standing in front of the Spanish Parliament with the Prime Minister, Pedro Sanchez, with whom he just met a few minutes ago at the Apostolic Nunciature, and with Francina Armengol Socias, the President of the Congress of Deputies, to whom Pope Leo will speak in just a few moments. We also would like to welcome all of you who are joining us through our various television and radio partners, especially EWTN, Catholic Faith Network in America, Salt and Light TV, Shalom World TV, Atma Darshan TV, Luminous Radio, and Catholic TV. And a warm welcome to all of our friends from the Deaf Catholic Youth Initiative for the Americas, DCYIA. Please visit our Vatican News YouTube channel to find translation of this event and many others in American Sign Language, or ASL. We see Pope Leo is making his way into the Parliament Hall, accompanied by the President of the Congress of Deputies. The Holy Father began this morning with an encounter with Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, and later met with several of his collaborators and those who work with him for a private encounter with the Prime Minister that lasted about 20 minutes. That took place this morning at the Apostolic Nunciature, where Pope Leo is staying during his time in Madrid. The Holy Father is now greeting the deputies present here. Pope Leo's first event after arriving in Madrid on Saturday was an address to the civil authorities and diplomatic corps of Spain, and an encounter with King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia. And during that event, the Holy Father told civil authorities that he came to encourage a renewed fidelity to the gospel and deeper reconciliation and cooperation within Spain. The Pope highlighted a call to religious freedom, the freedom of conscience, civic friendship, attention to the poor and the young, and unity that respects complexity. The Holy Father, in the afternoon of Saturday, made one of the strongest so far social gestures of his apostolic journey to Spain, when he met with the Sedia 24 Horas, a Caritas-run center in Madrid for people who are experiencing homelessness and other forms of vulnerability. The Holy Father's message at that event was that solidarity must be personal, not abstract, and he thanked the home for being a place where no one remains alone. Then on Saturday evening, the Holy Father met with around 600,000 young people in the Plaza de Lima for a prayer vigil. The Holy Father answered questions about faith, vocation, truth, silence, and witness, and he called young Spaniards to be missionaries of the gospel and sparks of a new humanity. Then, yesterday, on Sunday, the second day of his apostolic journey, the Holy Father began the day by celebrating Mass on the solemnity of the most holy body and blood of our Lord Jesus Christ, known as Corpus Christi, and led the procession with around 1.2 million people gathered in the Plaza de Cibeles and nearby avenues in the Spanish capital. This event was the spiritual center of his visit to Madrid, and in his homily the Pope said that Spain's Eucharistic and popular piety traditions must not become folklore or a museum of the past, but rather a school of faith that leads to service, charity, and commitment to the common good. We see the Holy Father now is signing the Book of Honor here at the Spanish Parliament. Later, after lunch on Sunday, the Holy Father met with around 220 members of his religious order, the Augustinians, the Order of St. Augustine, in what was a more private but symbolic moment. The Holy See Press Office reported afterwards that the Pope spoke about communion and unity of heart among Augustinians, saying that this unity can be a message to the world, especially for young people who are searching for a deeper spirituality. Later on Sunday evening, the Holy Father held an event at Madrid's Movistar Arena, where he met with representatives of culture, education, business, labor, and sport. The event took place around a central theme of what legacy are we leaving? And he spoke to representatives of culture and thought leaders and business leaders, and warned that technological and economic progress can lose its purpose if it becomes detached from the human person, The Holy Father also urged society to weave networks that are centered on dignity, dialogue, beauty, work, and the poor, and solidarity. The Holy Father is presenting gifts to the President of the Congress of Deputies. This gift was a medal of his apostolic journey to Spain. At the center, on the obverse side of the medal, is the coat of arms of Pope Leo, with the inscription Leo XIV Pontifex Maximus, in Latin for the Pope. On the reverse side, the medal shows an image of Our Lady of Almudena, the patroness of Madrid, and depicted in a maternal pose with the Christ child, and which recalls the deep Marian devotion of the Spanish people and Our Lady's protection on the path of the Church. In the center is a depiction of the Sagrada Familia, an eminent symbol of the Spanish Christian faith and tradition, as well as an image of a living and journeying church which is reaching out towards God. In the lower part of the medal, a broad undulating motif recalls the sea, evoking openness and encounter between peoples, and in particular the island stops on his journey, which will take him to the Canary Islands in Gran Canaria and Tenerife. And this medal that the Holy Father just awarded to those long ago. We see the Spanish Parliament has gathered here in Madrid and are awaiting the Holy Father. This is the first time that a pope will address the Spanish Parliament, and marking a first in papal journeys to Spain. The President of the Congress of Deputies, Francina Armengol Socias, will address this joint session of Parliament first, followed by Pope Leo's address. Pope Leo is being accompanied on his tour and toward the tour of Parliament, toward the chamber by the President of the Congress of Deputies, Francina Armengol